I come from a very strong working class background. I was the first person in my family to go to university, so I was probably considered quite a high achiever in my family. I did, fairly well at GCSEs, well at A-levels, and it was just part of the culture of our sixth form to think about the next step of going on to university. And that was not something that was really talked about in my family. So it was quite exciting, and I did decide to go on to university, and that's when I guess I noticed the differences between my background and other people who I went to university with. So going from being, not mean to sound, going from being a relatively big fish in a small pond to then going to a university where your horizons are significantly broadened and you interact with people from completely different backgrounds, different cultures. I certainly noticed the differences more because the university I went to was Durham, and the differences there based on class, on gender, people's travel histories, it just unbelievably different from my own. Let me describe the kind of typical person who when I was at university there, who went there. They were very familiar with how university was supposed to be done. They'd only ever thought that they would go to university. From a very, difficult to say, they had certain privileges that I didn't have. Knowledge about travel, knowledge about literature. So I kind of went in there very green, thinking everyone would be just the same as me and talking with a Geordie accent, how you doing and stuff. And my accent was one of the first things that people would pick up on. Go, are you local? And I wasn't, because I didn't live in Durham. I lived outside of Durham, but it made us very conscious of how different I was and how different other people's trajectories were, even just to get to that point. When you come up against barriers in life or challenges, you don't necessarily understand at the time why that is or how you can push through those. And in doing social sciences, doing my master's, doing my PhD, has really, really given me the tools to question things that we accept in life. Not that I've been able to make any sort of grand changes or anything like that, but even just on a personal level, it's helped to make sense of experiences that otherwise before I would have felt a bit in the dark about, and would have probably collaborated in debates about the death of class, like, it doesn't matter anymore. Well, it bloody does. And there's ongoing research now about it that can tell you exactly why it does. So it's made a real difference to my life. I think I've always been interested in people. I've always been up for a debate. I like a good argument. And I think before doing social sciences, I didn't really know how to channel that, and would just sort of rage about things without that coming across as being too aggressive. But I get angry, and I couldn't make sense of why that was, and I felt like everyone else was just cleverer, just better at making sense of things, and I was just talking rubbish. And actually doing social sciences it's probably equipped me with a language that's helped to make sense of some of the challenges that I've come up against. I never thought I would be where I am today, and being able to question things and challenge things quite rationally and legitimately as well, and to say to those people who say, well, that's not important, but yeah it is actually, and for these reasons. If we don't have social sciences and we're not making these challenges to things that are accepted in life, and these tacit discriminations, privileges, then other people have to accept that, and that's difficult, isn't it?